What's up, Marvel United family? Welcome to the channel. Servant Zero here, aka Mr. Perry, and today we'll be showcasing and reviewing Dr. Octopus from Marvel United's Return of the Sinister 6 expansion. Let's go. Alright family, let's check out Dr. Octopus cards here. He has his standard 18 being a villain. His dashboard comes with no special setup. All right. Dr. Otto Octavius will have 8 health when fighting against 4 heroes, 6 health when fighting against 3 heroes, and 3 health when fighting against 2 heroes. His special rules. When a location has 3 crisis tokens, it is destroyed. Remove it from play. If Dr. Octopus is there, he moves clockwise. Any heroes there may move to an adjacent location of their choice. Locations adjacent to a destroyed one are considered adjacent to each other. All right, his BAM, deal 1 damage to each hero in Dr. Octopus location and place 1 crisis token there. His overflow, if 1 or more civilian or thug token can't be added to the location, add 1 crisis token to that location. And his villainous plot. The heroes lose if 4 or more locations are destroyed. All right, guys, let's check out his cards. All right, 0 move and a BAM. A move of 1, a BAM, and puts out some thugs. You guys don't have to worry about his trigger alert. He has none in his threat card, so you just play him normally. All right, guys, a 1 BAM and puts out some civilians. A 2 and a BAM and puts out some thugs. 2 and a BAM and puts out some civilians. 4 and a BAM puts out some thugs. 5 and a BAM and puts out some thugs and civilians. 3 and puts out some civilians. And Dr. Octopus has 4 special effect cards. All right. His first set. Move clockwise to the next location with any heroes and tentacle grasp. Move all heroes 1 location closer to Dr. Octopus, then BAM. And he has 2 of these. All right, his next set, Master Planner. Deal 1 damage to each hero in any location with any crisis token. Then place 1 crisis token in Dr. Octopus's location. All right, and he has 2 of those. All right, let's check out his threats. Endanger civilians. Endanger civilians. All right, each civilian in this location requires 1 extra heroic action to be rescued. It's going to take 3 to get rid of this. And I believe he has 3 of them. He sure does, yeah. All right. His next threats, he got some henchmen here. Old Sandman is going to have a health of 4, and you see the plus by it because that means he is a healer. So he may start off with 4 health, but it is possible for him to get higher, all right, for it to go higher, guys, all right? So he activates on a BAM. Sandman gains 1 health, deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. All right. So every time Dr. Octopus is gonna BAM, yeah, he's gonna gain that health. His next one is Mysterio. He has a health of 3, and he activates on a BAM. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location. Add 1 civilian and a thug to this location. All right, guys, gonna watch that overflow. His next henchman is gonna be Vulture, who has a health of 4. He activates on a BAM. He's gonna deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location, then move this card to the first clockwise location without a threat, if possible. If possible, guys. All right. Sounds like old Dr. Ock is in, Got some plans, right? All right, let's see how they work. All right, family, let's check out Dr. Octopus here, his cards and everything he does here on the board. He's going to have a health of 8 when fighting 4 heroes, a health of 6 when fighting 3 heroes, and a health of 3 when fighting 2 heroes. All right. Dr. Octopus's special rules. When a location has 3 crisis token, it is destroyed. Remove it from play. If Dr. Octopus is there, he moves clockwise. Any heroes there move adjacent to the location of their choice. All right? Locations adjacent to the destroyed one are considered adjacent to each other. Okay, so let's check this out. Dr. Octopus has this neat mechanic of his whole villainous plot here. Let me just go ahead on here. His villainous plot is the heroes lose if 4 or more locations are destroyed. So his whole game plan is to destroy these locations, all right? And that's what we don't want him to do. Now, you say, well, servant, okay, what happens? So if he puts 3 crisis token on a location, it's destroyed. He then moves clockwise. Because remember, guys, all villains always move clockwise. They always move clockwise unless you have a villain that will specify counterclockwise differently on their move. If you do not see that where the arrow is going counterclockwise, villains always move clockwise. So everything you see in this location is now destroyed, including his henchmen. So you just take it all off to the side and we flip it over like so. Okay? Now, locations, these of course would be adjacent. Let me see if I can, would be adjacent, all right? And these two here, this one and this one, these two here, they would now be adjacent to each other as well. So if he was here, and let's say Shiri was here, and Shiri has a ability to shoot adjacently, some shots over here. Normally, because this location would be here, normally she wouldn't be able to do that because it's not considered adjacent, all right? She could only shoot here or here. But because this location has been destroyed, now he is considered adjacent. So she would be able to shoot him from her location to there, all right? So once that happens, he keeps playing, he keeps going. So we don't want him to destroy 4 of these locations. If he destroys 4 of them, he wins the game. All right, guys? So again, if a location is completely destroyed, it doesn't matter if they have the civilian or thug tokens on it. It doesn't matter if you have a henchman on it. If it collects 3 crisis tokens, everything except for us players are taken out. And it's flipped over, and it is considered now destroyed, and these locations are considered adjacent now, all right? So, that being said, let's get this set back up for you guys, and we're gonna take a look at Dr. Octopus's threats, all right? His threats. First one we're gonna look at is endanger civilians. Each civilian in this location requires 1 extra heroic action to be rescued, and it's going to take 3 heroic actions to get rid of it, and he has 3 of them. He has 3 of those threats. And then Dr. Octopus has his henchmen. I know you may say, well, servant, that's kind of messed up how he destroyed his henchmen like that. But I mean, come on, guys, they villains. You know, when are they loyal to each other? You know how villains are. You know, they use each other for their own selfish gains, and they can care less about it. Dr. Octopus's MO is to destroy as many locations as he can. He don't care if his henchmen get in the way and they whatever. It's less competition for him. All right. The Vulture, he has a health of 4. He will activate on a BAM, and he will deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location, then move this card to the first clockwise location without a threat if possible. So, if you have been getting rid of the threats, all right, you got rid of the threat there, and Vulture is still on the board, and activating on the BAM, if somebody is in his location, if a hero is in his location, of course he deal damage to that hero. If a hero is not in that location, you know, he won't deal damage to anybody, but he will still move if there is an open area. He would move to the first one, like so. Vulture doesn't stay in the same spot. He moves around. That's what makes him annoying, because he moves around. You think that, well, he's right here and I'm gonna get over here and we're gonna double up on him and combo him out and get him out of there. But no, on a Dr. Octopus BAMs, if there are locations where you guys have cleared threats, I'm gonna put that back. You guys have cleared threats, he will get up and move. So now you gotta chase him again. So that's what makes Vulture annoying, because he moves, all right? So his next henchman would be Sandman. He has a health of 4+. We know why, because Sandman's health can go beyond 4. So on a BAM, every time Dr. Octopus BAMs, Sandman gains a health. So that's what makes him annoying, because, you know, his health can go beyond 4. So, deal 1 damage to each hero in this location. Of course, you know. Of course we know that, right, guys? If there's a hero in Sandman's location, when Dr. Octopus BAMs, that hero will get 1 damage. And Sandman will heal up by 1. So, yes. Let's check out Mysterio. All right, he has a health of 3, and he will activate on a BAM. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location. Add a civilian and a thug to this location. Now, Mysterio is the one you know, he'll get you an overflow before you know it, right? And with that being said, let's check out the overflow effect. If 1 or more civilian or thug tokens can't be added to a location, add a crisis token there, all right, to that location, right? So there you go again. Wherever Mysterio is, he's going to not only deal damage to a hero if a hero is there, but he's going to always on a BAM put out a civilian and a thug. So he's putting out 2 every time Dr. Octopus BAMs. Every time Dr. Octopus BAMs, Sandman will gain health. Every time Dr. Octopus BAMs, Vulture will move around. If there is a free location on the board, he will move around. He will move around every time. So you gotta get them locked down before they actually get going. And what makes Dr. Octopus dangerous is that the longer he's on the board, the more crisis tokens he's gonna put out, because he puts the crisis tokens out kind of quick, guys. So you don't wanna play with him around these locations too long, all right? Let's check out 2 of his special effect cards. The first one is going to be Master Planner. Deal 1 damage to each hero in any location with a crisis token. Then place 1 crisis token in Dr. Octopus's location. So if you are heroes, all right, and you guys are on the board, I don't have a full squad, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just running with 3 right now. Okay, And so Dr. Octopus has been putting out crisis tokens, all right? So if you guys are in a crisis token, if you guys are in a location with the crisis token, it doesn't matter if you guys are spread out like this. This guy is still gonna give you some damage, right? This is crazy. Any location with any crisis token. And then to add insult to injury, after he finished giving y'all a damage, he's gonna put a crisis token out where he is. All right, let's check out his next one here. Move clockwise to the next location with any hero. Tentacles grasp. Move all heroes one location closer to Dr. Octopus, then bam, right? So he would move where Black Panther is. Scoot over, dude. And then he would pull, right? He would move closer. His tentacles would go out and grab, the heroes who are close, right? And he would move you all closer one location. So that means Shiri would be pulled over here to him. And old Winter Soldier would be pulled over here to where Shiri was. That's the order, right? That's how it works, right? So let's say he was here. All right, let's say he was here and he did this, right? He would pull Black Panther here. He would pull Shiri here, and he will pull Winter Soldier here, or he will pull him here, whichever way you want to go, all right? So then after he does that, he would bam. So that's the thing you have to be careful of, because now Shiri is going to get a damage from Vulture. All right, so let's look at his bam. Bam, deal 1 damage to each hero in Dr. Octopus location and place 1 crisis token there. Of course. So if you were in his location as a hero and he bams, you receive that 1 damage plus the 1 damage from Sandman because he activates on the bam. All right. Black Panther is going to get a damage from Sandman and Dr. Octopus, right? And then Vulture will move if there's a location that's open, of course, if it's open, he would move. You see that? And let's not forget about Mysterio over here that would then put out the thug and civilian. This would then cause a overflow here, right? Because he's putting out 2. So let me make it visual for you guys. He put his thug, and now he can't put his civilian out, so that would cause the overflow, which would then cause this location to receive a crisis token. So you see how fast the crisis token can add up, guys. I'm telling you, these guys are fun to play. If you can get your hands on this Return of the Sinister 6, you're going to really have a blast with these guys, because these guys are just their mechanics and how they operate is just really, really cool. I really enjoy playing against these guys. I always have fun because, again, I just like the randomness of it. It's all about the card still. You don't never know how they may come out. That's what makes it so fun, so random still. So I can't wait for the Sinister 6 version 2 to come out. Maximum Carnage, I think that's the name of the expansion is coming with the multiverse. So I can't wait to get that one, man. It's gonna really be a trip. So again, old Dr. Octopus, another fun villain to fight against, another great looking sculpt. If you guys like what I'm doing, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You guys be safe out there and stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one.